Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. And on this episode, we are continuing where we left off. I am with 4 monks in Soul B, guys. 4 monks, count them 1, 2, 3, and 4. The odd man out is a human, and the others are lizards. We got ranging from, I think, level 38 to 47 in the range of monkage. And then, of course, we have me, who's a level 35. So yeah, we are one of the lowest people in the group, but we're the only healer if you don't really count the monks being able to heal themselves. So it's kind of be able to cool to be able to do this. Now, whoever's leader needs to reinvite Mez. Yeah, Mez actually logged on to his cleric to res somebody because and they went ahead and died, and that would be Smog, however you want to pronounce that. Whoever's leader is Maul, I think is the leader. Let's see, what did it drop? I believe it drops a staff, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, what is that? Find still. So yeah, nobody's gonna want that. I'll just go ahead and pick that up. Roll for loot. It's worth 100 at the vendor. The find still dagger. What was it? What did we? Oh, stat the right. Okay, so he's already picked it up. That's fine. Yeah, I thought. Okay, let's go ahead and roll it, guys, just to see what we get. 17. Yes, gotta love those numbers, guys. We get some really great rolls in here, is all I can say. My guy, 90% of the time he wins, is all I can say. His numbers suck. His numbers always suck. At least I wasn't the lowest. 11 was the lowest. 84 was the highest. Mao, he's actually doing quite a bit, so yeah, congrats on that one. Congrats, man. It's fantastic. 100 platinum is 100 platinum is all I gotta say. So there you go. Let's actually scroll up and see if we can see the item, the Staff of Writhing. Let's click on it. There we go. I guess we're getting a little bit of lag there, so I clicked it a little bit too many times. And it's 9 damage, 33 delay, chaotic feedback, -9 charisma, bard, necro, wizard, mage, enchanter, and all races can use it. So not too bad of an item, and I believe it looks kind of cool if I remember right. I'll be work again. Let's see. No, they're not talking to me. Okay. Yeah, it's not too bad of an item, and that was the room right off to the right that I was remembering that I thought was just there for experience, and I was wrong on that one. That one has the noble in it, and the noble drops that staff. To the left, that one is the area that I was thinking of. That one does have the king in there. It also has the champion and the priest over there in that area. All three of those are pretty much right next to each other, and you can actually see the other rooms from the king room. I believe the king room is in the middle. The champion and the priest room are off to the side, and this guy just decided that he wanted to come over and slap me a little bit. So Tukos, let's see, who is Tukos? Is he looking for a group, and what class is he? He is a level 48 shaman. I don't know if we can get him in here. He's from Clue, so I bet he's going to go hang out with his other Clue friends, but I had somebody else just said, sorry, I meant to say who all him. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's a little high for me. I don't know if I get experience with it. Now, I do like to sit out here and just kind of see what's going on because they kill so much and they kill so quickly that the loot really builds up and none of them want it. None of them even want to kind of get the gold or anything off of these guys. And I'm just trying to keep it clear for them because I know as a tank, it is kind of a headache when there's too many dead bodies on the ground. It gets hard to click on things, and of course you're supposed to use the tab button, but sometimes when you cycle through enemies, it will cycle through dead enemies as well, and that you don't really want that. So yeah, just keep it clear, just kind of get rid of all that other stuff. Medieval, invite. Yeah, we got him back in finally. Okay, so he's good. Now I am using Superior Heal on Molly only. I just used it on Smog because I didn't even realize. Molly is the only one who has the hit points to really make it worthwhile. The other guys, Complete Heal is perfectly fine for, not Complete Heal, I should say Greater Heal is perfectly fine for them. Complete Heal would be fine for them if I had it, and I used it when they were at like 1%. Otherwise, it probably would not be worth it. But yeah, it really depends on the player and what their gear is and, just what they have. You can tell some of these guys, like Medieval, he probably has a decent amount of hit points too. He just never takes any damage, you know, and that just goes to show just how good his gear is. Because right now he is getting hit, and his life is even barely moving. So yeah, he has a lot of hit points and he has a lot of AC to boot. So and that's why I don't really ever heal that guy. Molly, on the other hand, he normally gets the aggro, and I have to heal him quite a bit because his min just doesn't come back fast enough for it. But oh, there you go. They're looting a little bit. I really want them to loot when they feel like it, but I don't want the stuff to stay there for too long. And so maybe I'm being a loot hog, and you know I know that I've come up here, and you guys have seen it on camera. There were like 5 mobs just sitting in here dead, and none of them want any of it. And it just kind of bugs me to know that it's getting crowded in there, it's getting in the way, and I can do something about it. I want to pull 4 or 5, but I don't think we're game for that. Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm only at 40%. If I had clarity, I would say go for it. I think we could do it. Each person could take 1, and that would be perfectly fine. But yeah, not so much here. This is I don't have clarity or KEI. KEI would be amazing in this game if I had that. Let me go ahead and toss a superior heal on this guy. Not going to be enough to heal him. You're going to see just how much it does. There we go. And I got too many on me. So I am going to go ahead and probably zone that. That's 2 mobs. 2 mobs, too many. And I won't be able to root that many before I die. You can see exactly how much damage I took in just a few hits. I'll show you as soon as I zone out what the damage was. I normally zone pretty quickly, so I could zone out, zone back in, and be fine. Knowing that they're all monks, that they all can feign death if things go badly, that is why I am able to zone so freely. Not having monks in your group, you may want to go ahead and bite the bullet and just stay in as long as you can. Don't just run out willy-nilly every single time things go badly, but as I said before, circumstances change depending on who you have, and monks are great players to have in your group. They give you the freedom to run away like a little, you know, scaredy cat and just be like, I don't want to do this, right? I don't want to risk dying so I can root 2 mobs, waste a lot of my power. I think it uses something like 11% of my power, 8% of my power per root spell, because the root spell that I have is actually fairly new. It's Instill. I think I just got it on the last spell level at level 34, and anytime you get something very close to your level, yeah, so just to get them off of me, but yeah, anytime you get something so close to your spell level, it's going to cost you a lot of power to cast. It always is the case. After a couple of levels, it kind of come under control. Thanks. 2 on me was just a tad too many. I know they're making fun of me, but come on. There's no way I was going to survive that at level 35. I mean, you know, there's only so much I can do. Only so much I can do. I'm the lowest guy in the group, guys. I'm the odd man out. Let's see. Can I loot this? Can I get this out of there? No, I guess I can't loot that because I wasn't in here when they killed it. Only 35, guys. Only 35. Yep, I'm one of the lowest players here, so hopefully they will keep that in mind before judging me too harshly. Alright, can I get it? Can I get it? Yep, I can get that off in time. However, I am going to be pretty close to out of power. I'm going to go ahead and round that up and say 10%, even though as a cleric, you almost never want to round anything up. Let's see, not a lot of room for CC in a closet, yeah. They don't work when you have 12 like you did earlier, though. You need the ninja moves like us champions. I can't do that. I can't quite move like a monk, nor can I feign death like a monk. Maybe one day when I get my monk up high enough, I'll be able to experience that joy of kind of just running through a zone and not really worrying too much about it, you know. But as a cleric, you are very vulnerable to the elements around you. You're very vulnerable to the creatures. And if the group isn't on the ball, and I mean like right on the ball, guys, I'm not saying like these guys are lazy. I'm talking about as soon as the mob runs over and starts smacking you. If they are not there like before the mob even gets there to taunt it off of you, just a few hits literally can get you down half your life, sometimes even more than that. And you're just going to die. You're going to die before you even get that root off. if somebody else sees it coming, a lot of the time in groups that I remember back in the day when you would have people kind of cast a little bit too often, like a wizard might cast a little too often. And I see that he's casting a little bit too fast. I stand up and I go ahead and throw a root on the target. Right as the root lands, the mob is about halfway between the tank and the wizard. Like he is moving to that location, and you can see he's about to smack the wizard. But my root landed because I saw it, I anticipated the action, and I got it off in time. The wizard will do the exact same thing in return to the cleric. When the cleric has to cast a heal, whether he wants to or not, it may be the warrior got turned around outside the corridors. He may have had to feign death a few times. He may have gotten blinded. Whatever the case is, he gets back to the room with like 20% health, and you're able to get that complete heal off, and everybody knows you're getting it off, but you're about to get all the aggro, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. There is something they can do about it. They can root the targets for you, because you can't do two things at once. You can't root and cast a heal. And so they will root the targets, stop them from going after you. And it's funny to see it because all the mobs will turn towards you. They will be staring at you with this vision of hatred. And everybody knows exactly who they want to kill, but they're rooted in place. And then eventually they one by one will turn around and go back to the tank. And then as soon as root breaks, you're still fine. But man, it is a lifesaver in so many ways. So having people in your group that can cast root, and when you don't have an enchanter there, can just be an amazing asset in your corner, no matter what class you're playing. So you do want to use that spell, even as a cleric. And yeah, you do have to decide sometimes what is more important, saving the wizard or saving the tank. It's harsh to come up with those analogies and be like, which one is more valuable to the group? Who do you let live? Because sometimes you don't have enough time, not even just in power situation, but sometimes you just don't have enough time to cast two heals. If two people are dying, you have enough time to cast one heal, and this is not even like hypothetical. Like, this stuff happens in the game. Who do you heal? Unfortunately, the tank gets priority, guys. If the tank dies, everybody else dies. Same thing for the healer. If the healer dies, everybody else dies. Most of the time, unless you have somebody else who can, play as a backup healer or something along those lines. Minju's AFK for 3. Okay. But yeah, it's one of those things that you're going to have to get very familiar with different classes, what they're capable of doing, and whether you should keep them alive at all. Because there's situations where I've seen people dying and they're getting killed very slowly. I have the power to heal him. I can actually toss that person a heal. However, as soon as I do so, I will be out of power. And I'm also watching the tank, and he's taking damage. And I know I can get one more heal on him, and he'll probably survive the fight. If I don't heal him, he's probably going to die. So again, in that situation, it's not even about timing. It's about how much power you have. And so you got to make that judgment call yet again. And unfortunately, somebody might die. Again, not much you can do about that, right? I mean, if you had better equipment, then you might have more power, and therefore you wouldn't have to make that call as often. In that situation, that is a thing. But you only have as much money as you have in this game. You only have as much equipment as you have in this game. That is why I've always found that if I am playing a game or in a room with somebody and an item drops that they can use on their character, no matter how rare that item is, they have it. It's theirs. You can use it, right? Because it's going to help me out. The monks have better equipment. They can tank better. They can do more damage. Cleric has better equipment. They can take more damage. They can heal more. It makes sense to outfit the people you're grouping with. Some people don't see it that way. Some people see it as, hey, I've been here just as long as you have. I should have a chance to random on that because I have an alt, or I have a friend, or maybe I just need the money to be able to sell that item and make a little bit of cash off of it to buy something else down the road. It's a hard judgment call to make. Some items, no matter how much you may want to give it to somebody, they're just worth so much money that you're going to be randoming on it, and there's nothing you can do about that. The fungi tunic is not really ever needed by any class. There's no one class out there that's just like, oh, that's an upgrade for me. I need it. because so many people can say that and not really be the case. It's a good item to have on a alt when you're leveling them up, but it's even on a monk, it's still a pretty good item to have at higher levels, but it's not fantastic, you know. And so that one, because it's worth so much money, it's about 30 to 40k right now, I believe, selling for that one, somewhere in there, about 35k, I think the last time I looked at that one. Set gonna bring dogs, and okay, so, but it's just the same thing with the FBSS. That used to be an item that every tank wanted. Every like rogue or ranger, any of those melee classes, especially monks that do a lot of damage with their fist and things, and they're very fast to begin with. That code for pulling 5, no, no, please. I'm only at 30%. But it's kind of funny that these guys, monks. I mean, come on, they never stop pulling anyways. And geez, it's good experience, guys. It's really, really good experience. Let's look at this. I'm not quite up to that next bubble yet, but like I said, we did have a death, and we kind of had to recuperate from that one. Mez actually loaded up on his cleric. He had a high enough cleric to give him a 96% res, so he only lost about 4% on that one. It did seem to me that Smog was, or Smarg, however you want to say his name, was, or still is, kind of new to the zone. When we first got here, he was talking about how he was making wrong turns, he was getting lost, and doing all this stuff. It's to be expected. I mean, just let people know that's what was going on. He definitely did. He did let us know that, he was kind of filling out the zone a little bit. And then once we got the 4 monks in here, I guess he felt a little bit more brazen. He was like, we got some backup, we got healage, we should be able to handle some stuff in here. And he went a little further in, a little bit too far, and he ended up getting killed in there very quickly. And I'm talking about like seriously quick, guys. He went down from like 100% to like 3% in one hit. It seemed like we're killing everything near zone in. Champion room, pool room. So somebody is in the champion room. Not sure what the pool room is, to be honest. Maybe they're camping. I don't know. I don't really know what the pool room is. That's not the noble room. I guess you could call it the noble room, but there is a pool of lava in there. I bet it's further in though, because somebody was at the Golden Afridi, and they're not answering right now. It could just be the 45-minute timer. They could all be AFK for the moment. Golden Afridi room, it takes a while to get to. It takes about 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get to that room if you're of that level. Of course, higher level you are, easier it is to get to places. You might be able to walk in there at level 60. I don't know. I haven't been there in a long time. Guys, I think I have to log off. 8 hours, and I need to be up for work. Okay. Well, it was good grouping with you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming out. But now we're going to be down to 3 monks. That does leave us space if we happen to get some more people to join us. Maybe an enchanter, maybe a real tank. And I'm not putting these guys down at all, but it'd be nice to have a warrior, especially if I can get up to 39 and I can finally get my complete heal. I know you guys are just going to have to listen to me talk on and on and on about my complete heal, because I've been drooling over that one for so long now. It's been Kung Fu Beatdown, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. How often does this happen? Never. Who in their right mind has this many mugs in a group? It's a good combo though. We've been really doing really well. I think I'm at 60%. There we go. Let them know. I mean, more than enough for what they've been doing. I just, when they said they wanted to pull 5 guys, I said 30% just to let them know that, hey, maybe not such a good idea. I knew they weren't going to do it anyways, but just to give them, I like the Grace of Wrath. That is actually kind of clever that somebody created a guild that way. Never heard of that guild. So I'm not saying they're not big, but as far as just kind of roaming around and doing my thing at my low levels, haven't run into that one yet. So we should see a lot more guilds, I think, once we start getting up higher level. We're going to see a steady incline of some of the bigger guilds. We're going to see a lot more often. Sorry, I missed the CC, Camping Royals, and Tarkin. Okay, so there is a few people in the zone. Let me see. How many people are here now? 7 players. 7 players in this zone, and 1, 2, 3 rooms are camped, and 4 of us are at the entrance. So 1 player in each one of those zones. So let's see. Anchor is in the champion room, and he is a 51 discipline. I believe that's a monk. I can pull 2 bats, but that might be 1 bat too many. Let's try it. Yeah, I think we should be fine on that one. Let's see. Tolkien is at the pool, and he is a 48 shaman. Not too bad, not too bad. And then Nakio is anonymous. I don't know what level or class he is, but that gives you an idea of what level you can come in here and camp things by yourself and get some stuff out of it. Champion, I remember, I think dropped something pretty good if I can remember right. It's been a long time though, so don't hold me to that. Let's see how well these guys do. Bats are what level? Bats are red, which doesn't give me much of a an idea, to be honest, because everything in this zone is pretty much red to me at the moment. Although there are a few kobolds, as I said, are blue here and there. Not too bad. Oh, they're doing just fine. He's barely even taking any damage. I mean, he's taking a little bit, but not too much. It's the stuns. Stuns are nasty, guys. Nasty things to have. They're actually sharing the damage quite well. Famous last words. Well, the entrance is right here. They can always zone it if they have to. Let's see if we can get that superior off in time. There we go. Oh, of course. Of course we got a bat on me. Let me see if I can root it. Yep, it's rooted. Let me back it up a little bit. See if I can get this over here. No risk, no reward. There we go. Okay, so 5, or however you want to say that, Hive, is good enough to use Superior Heal on as well. He's pretty good, so I can use a little Superior Heal on him. I believe I can probably use Superior Heal on Mezen and be worthwhile as well. I guess it was just the other guy. The other guy was a little low. I think he was 37, so he's closer to my level. And I don't think he had the greatest gear on in the world either. And these guys are really outfitted and really high level. So that's why we're able to use that. Using Mind. Okay, so he's able to do that. I'm completely superior healing him, which is basically a complete heal in this situation. I should come up with a hotkey that when I cast my healing spells, it says down here in the chat, you know, superior healing, greater healing, and then the name of the person I'm using it on so that they know it's incoming. I don't really like doing that, though, to be honest, because it spams the chat like nobody's business. And, you know, you get 1 or 2 people in there that do that, such as a cleric and an enchanter. Enchanter, like, I'm mezzing this target, and that is a necessity. They do need to be telling people what targets they're mezzing so people stay off of it. It's one of the safeguards. If they tell you in chat what target they are mezzing and you still go after it, you got something else coming to you guys. You got a nice long conversation, that you're not going to enjoy coming at you, because it was in the chat bar. You could see him cast on it, and yeah, just don't do it, guys. Just don't do it. But I don't know, when you do that and then you do the healing, and then you may do somebody else who's like, oh, I'm slowing the target, or please assist me, I'm incoming. All of a sudden, the chat window starts becoming the spam window, and people just stop paying attention to it. People stop talking in it, because you can't hold a conversation while people were just spamming it with all this nonsense, during the fight or after the fight. It went off anyways. Should have used duck. I need to use duck more often. It's just not very... I need to put a hot button in, I think, because that's not a place on the keyboard I can get to very easily. So, let's see. He's down to 59%. I'm going to let him get down to a little bit lower. A little bit... Actually, he's not going to, because that's the end of the fight. Let's go ahead and use it. 50% should be fine. I should get... he got to 100% on that one. Let's go ahead and get this thing, get it out of the way. Sonic back. We'll go ahead and loot that. I don't know what any of this junk is for. It's used for something. I think probably spellcrafting. Probably research on that regard. Oh, there is another person here. Cleric. She's wearing purple armor. Let's see who she is. 53 Cleric. A little bit too high for me, guys. All Monk Wrecking Crew. Leaps. Sup, Leaps. Let me see. Who is Leaps? He is a 47 Monk. We can get a 47 Monk in there. I mean, it works. And now we got him in. So, holy crap, guys. Can you imagine if that guy had stayed for another 10 minutes? We would have had 5 Monks and a Cleric. the term blender was used, it seems appropriate. Yeah. Welcome to the beatdown squad. Yeah, I said that earlier. I was like, it's like a freaking blender in here. They pulled them in to this room right here in front of me, and it was interesting to watch because each one of them was standing in each one of the corridors. They had come from different areas. Like, oh, they saw somebody was pulling, and they came back to the group. And one of them was in one of the corners, and I was just sitting there watching that there was like 3 mobs in there. I didn't even have to heal once in the fight, and it was just they just got ground up into meat chunks sitting in between that many monks. It was horrible for the mob, but beautiful to behold if you're anybody else. And it was fun to watch. So I mean, I definitely like it. Now, one of the things to keep in mind is the experience has slowed down dramatically since we got all these people in here because a lot of them are lizards and they're going to have that racial penalty, although I think they finally took that out, so that's not a thing anymore. However, they're still going to have the class penalty, which is monks, I believe it's like 40% or something like that. It's pretty rough on them. And it does get kind of transferred over into the group, so if you have a lot of Shadow Knights or a lot of monks or anybody like that, your experience is going to slow down. And I think it was close to 1% per kill, and now it's something like 3 kills equal 1%. So that's quite a bit of a slowdown. But even with that, I'm still happy with it. I'm still happy to be getting experience. This is a heck level, so even if I only get 1% for every 3 kills, that's still almost better than going to Unrest and doing things there. I guess all Demiro is med continuously. Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what a cleric does. Watch the beautiful show of blood. Because you guys are messing the floors up, man. It's just, it's nasty. Nasty, guys. Yeah, make fun of the cleric, but who do you come right into when you need a heal? That's right. That's right. Everybody loves us anyways. But it is one of the few classes where you won't do a whole lot of anything else but sit down. That is what you do. He'd be doing a lot of it to keep us healed. If you need my chanter, he's still parked here. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. I mean, yeah, I could definitely use for the key. Oh, crap. That would be amazing. That would absolutely be amazing. That'd be, yeah. I could go for it. I could go for it, but I won't ask for it. Gangster clarity. Oh, man. That would get me up to full, and you guys would be able to do whatever you wanted to do. And VOG2, although it takes forever to cool down. I think that is haste that he could cast. I mean, enchanters are amazing with the spells that they have at their disposal. And if you had an enchanter in this group with so many monks, then yeah, you could do quite a bit of damage with that. And of course, the extra crowd control would be, outrageous. And then just monks on monks on monks, just destroying anything you put in front of them. Pulling the chanter now. Jeez, this is going to be something else, guys. This is going to be something to behold. But I think what we'll do is actually end the episode here, and we'll start a fresh one up where I have Clarity 2, just so that you guys can see the effects of what that does compared to this one. So you can watch this episode, and you can go through the entire thing and see just how many mobs we're killing and how fast we're going through things. And then go watch the next one, and you'll see the dramatic and unbelievable change in that, because these guys are going to go nuts. Once I get up to full power and I let them know I'm at full power, oh my god, guys. So many rooms open right now. There's the priest room, there's the king room, there's the noble room off to our side, and they're pulling bats, and those bats are a pretty decent ways away as well. So yeah, they're going to be able to do a lot of stuff with the power that I'm going to be able to give them. And I think it's going to be a pretty cool time. But guys, I want to thank you all for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. But more than that, I want to hear your comments. Definitely leave those down below in the comment section, because it means a whole lot to me when I hear those stories that you guys have to share with us. We had somebody join us a couple episodes ago when we shot the video with Dellin75. and he came out and he shared a story with us about his brother and his sister-in-law, how they met on the game. And we were having a conversation at the time, but I was reading that and I thought that was really interesting to kind of get a story like that shared with us, because that's a personal story and it meant a whole lot. So I just want to let you guys know that I do read that stuff. I do sometimes talk about it if I feel that it's not too personal. I mean, obviously, if you leave a comment down below or if you send me a email and let me know something, that's a little bit more private and I'll kind of leave it that way. But I do like hearing about it, and I do like sharing it with other people as well, because the way we started this game, how you got out of your main city, and just a whole bunch of different stuff that everybody had different experiences. It's just kind of cool to reflect on that and listen to other people's ideas, and just kind of share our experiences with one another. But guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all next time.